I first really encountered it uh, in 2013 when a Belgian guy named Tour de Meester, I took him out to lunch in Cafajate in Argentina. And so Tour was promoting me on the concept, and I listened to it. And I said, this sounds very interesting. In fact, he even gave me a physical Bitcoin, which actually exists. I've never examined the thing, but I guess it's got codes around that are written on it, so I could actually turn it into
Yeah, it's got your key on it.
money.
Yep. Yeah.
It's in my safe deposit box, just sitting there. I haven't put it online yet. Uh, it's worth more than a Bitcoin because I guess it's kind of a collectible at this point. But anyway, here's the way I analyzed Bitcoin and why I was negative on it up until 2017. And I'll tell you what happened then. I said, look, okay, this is supposed to be money. All right, great. So what is money? And this was defined by Aristotle in the 4th century BC. And there are 5 characteristics of a good money that Aristotle defined. And it has to be durable, divisible, convenient, consistent, and has value in itself. So I analyzed it from that point of view. Durable. Yeah, Bitcoin is absolutely durable. It's not going to go away unless we have an asteroid strike or an EMP or a Carrington event of some other type. So yeah, it passes the durability test for money. That's why we can't use wheat for money, because it's not durable. It'll rot after a season or two. Okay, Bitcoin, good from that point of view. Divisible. Yes, infinitely divisible. In fact, more divisible than gold if you wish. I mean, take it out to how many decimal places you want. It's mathematical. Perfect, okay. Durable, divisible, convenient. Yeah, I guess, because everybody carries a cell phone with them today, and your Bitcoin account is always with you. And of course, I guess technologically, the transfer of Bitcoin from one person to another is a little bit slow just because of the way the blockchain is set up. I don't know how many transactions can be done per second. What is it, like 20? I forget what the number is.
Yeah, I don't recall the exact number, but it's not a lot. But it's certainly faster than wiring money or any major banking transaction you might enter into.
Yep. So it passes the convenience test, which is why we don't use lead as money, because you just can't carry around a lot of lead with you. Okay, consistent. Yep, perfect. Every Bitcoin is just like every other Bitcoin, I guess. So that's why we don't use artwork as money, because every piece of artwork is different. Or real estate is money. Every piece of real estate is different. So that's why those things aren't used as money. And the big problem was durable, the community, consistent. Yeah, okay. And the last thing is it had to have value in itself. And that's why I said, look, this thing can't be used as money. What's the value of this thing? Somebody's going to get stuck holding the bag if the bubble breaks, if people decide, these things are just tulip bulbs, okay? Which is kind of what it looked like to me, with the vertical appreciation in its value relative to the dollar and everything. So I said, no, it's not going to work as money because it doesn't have any value in and of itself. You can't do anything with it. It's a bubble. Well, I was wrong about that. And when I figured it out was I went to a conference in Aspen where I was a speaker in August of 2017. And I don't know where or how, but it became apparent to me that the value of Bitcoin is as a transfer mechanism. It's 75% of the people on the planet live in countries that have currencies that are basically worthless outside of the national borders. Like, here I am in Uruguay at the moment and often in Argentina. They both have pesos, they're worth nothing. when you leave the country. They're just pieces of toilet paper.
Hmm.
And it's like that with most of all of the countries in Africa. They use toilet paper basically for money. It's worth nothing outside of the Central Asia, everywhere, frankly. Big places like Indonesia, Vietnam. So it's neat from the point of view of the rulers, because those people are trapped within the country unless they can find somebody to buy their their paper money for something that's good outside the country. But it's hard. How many people want to trade dollars for Zambian kwaches? Well,
Right.
tourists in the country, but
Only if you have to.
yeah, only if you have to.